Flosstube, my name is Beth. I'm the Desert Stitcher AZ here on YouTube, and this is my Flosstube channel where we talk about cross stitch. Thanks for dropping in. If you're brand new here, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe and stick around because I've got some whips to show and a little bit of haul. And if you're coming back, thank you so much, especially after my last episode where I was definitely having some technology issues. So I really appreciate you coming back again and stopping in. I hope everyone's doing well and you're keeping safe and doing the social distancing and masking and all that fun stuff. So I do have some things to show. The first one I want to do is I did a little bit of dyeing last night with coffee and tea. I had watched the video from Steel City Stitchers, and it was Aaron and Jody, I believe. They did two videos, one with coffee in a big pot and another video where they used like a mason jar to do the dyeing. So I had some fun with that last night. There were probably a bunch of other things I should have been doing, but I got a bee in my bonnet and I had to do some dyeing. So the first one I want to show, this one is, they're both on 28 count white Monaco. So this is some coffee dyeing that I did. Now I have like a spaghetti pot and I did about half full with water, 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, and then I did a bake in the oven for about 20 minutes at 200 degrees. So this is what it came out as. I really like the modeling on here. I think it came out very nice. Yeah. So that's that one. This is my coffee one and I'm very happy with it. And it still smells like coffee. Now my next one was a little bit of an experiment because I had some tea in my cabinet, but it wasn't the normal black tea. This was Lipton green tea, purple acai berry. It's this one right here. So this one I'm calling a happy mistake because I didn't let it steep long enough. When you let this steep for quite some time, it eventually turns kind of a pinkish brown, and that's what I wanted to get in the fabric, but I guess I got a little impatient and didn't steep it as long as I should have before I put it in the oven. However, I'm calling this a happy mistake because I'm really digging the modeling on this. It's hard to see it on camera, I think, but it's got some reddish browns and some dark, almost purpley brown striping to it. So I'm hoping that comes out okay. But yeah, I love the colors on this. I think it came out terrific. And I will definitely use it. So this is going down as a happy mistake. I do have enough tea bags, so I am going to try this again with letting it steep long enough till it turns that rosy color. So this was also 28 count white Monaco. And this one I let bake for, I think, almost 30 minutes. This one went in the mason jar, and the coffee one was in my big spaghetti pot. Now last weekend I did Confetti Conquistadors, which was fun. I got a tiny bit done in a lot of my Haid projects. Not really enough to show where you would see the difference, but I was happy that I, actually touched some of my Haids that have been kind of neglected for a while. And I got some great encouragement from Kim Hollenbeck. She is one of the co-admins on Full Coverage Fanatics and also has her own YouTube channel, and she's Spartan Stitcher over on Instagram. So I will link her below. But She's a very positive individual, and I really enjoy her videos and all of her projects. And I want to be able to stitch as much as she does when I grow up. She's got some gorgeous ones going. I'm just in love. Big Red Ship of Life. She's doing a long dog. She's got multiple full coverage pieces. And she just knocks it out of the park. Alright, so this one I wanted to show because I made kind of a change. This is a Stitch in Time Sweet Life. It's a quick stitch. So just gorgeous. I love the colors. I especially love the old door with the key, really got me. Now when I last showed this, I had a ton of parked threads and they were kind of driving me crazy. I have decided that I don't mind ending threads, you know, having the threads at the bottom and stitching over them and just snipping them off. But parked threads were, I don't know, maybe I'm too OCD. I just could not deal with all the parked threads. So I switched it up a bit, and I'm doing color by page. So not extreme cross country, but definitely cross country. So I made some progress with that, with sticking into the, getting rid of the parked threads that I had, and then filling in and going with one color, which is used multiple times on this page. So I'll be working on that color, then moving on to the next and the next. And I'm finding I'm enjoying this a good deal more now that I'm doing it like that. Yeah, so park threads are great for a lot of people, and great for them. It personally didn't work for me, so I'm very happy that I switched over on this. So next one I want to show, I had been kind of going back and forth on my pandemic. I've showed it a couple times before. I was using kind of a pink and purple variegated, which is very, very pretty. But there were two problems. One, it was the palest shade of the variegated was washing out, so you really couldn't even see it on pandemic. And two, the more I thought about it, even though they're very pretty colors, it not really my color palette. It was fun to try out, and I might do a little stitch with something in that color. But for me, I like earth tones, natural tones, the greens and blues and browns, black, wrought iron. I love wrought iron. So I ended up taking pandemic, and I had enough fabric on the bottom to just, I cut off the top that I had stitched. So the pinks and purples are gone. And then Long Dog Samplers released the new normal. Oh my goodness. I actually think I like the new normal a bit better than pandemic. It represents, you know, how we're all kind of living in our own little bubbles right now. And this is a black and white picture, but it is done, the model is done as a monochromatic. So this is the new normal. Now once I decided I wasn't going to do the pinks and purples, I decided I was going to go with more earth tones and forest. And I got started on pandemic, and then when I was working on pandemic and the new normal came out, I thought, well, why don't I make these two matching pieces? So that's what I'm doing. All right, so here's my restart on pandemic. This is done with Sulky Thread, Forest, Petite. That's this color. Isn't that pretty? I like that. And DMC 3371, which is that dark brown. So this has got a little bit of variegation to it. I don't know if you can see it on here, but it is so pretty. Like dark green to medium green to like a dark green blue. Really nice to work with too. I do love silky threads. So here's Pandemic, and then I got a little start on the New Normal, which is also using the same two colors. And oh my gosh, wait till you see this. Is that elephant not stinking cute or what? I love him. Look at that little guy. He's so adorable. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah. So, there we've got Pandemic and the New Normal. Now, yes, there's slightly different fabric colors, but the New Normal is practically a full coverage piece, so I don't think it's going to matter very much. The New Normal is a little bit smaller than Pandemic, so I've upped Pandemic. I'm doing on 22 count, and the New Normal is on 18 count, so they'll be a little bit closer in size once they're completed, but the New Normal will still be a little bit smaller. But yeah, I love this color palette. Again, that elephant's just so cute. Oh my goodness. So I can't wait to work on these two some more. Oops. There goes my needle minder and my needle. Okay, I will get that after the video. Now next I was thinking that I want to get working on getting more progress in on my whips. I have too many of them. And I would like to see a few more finishes before the end of the year. So I'm going to try doing a themed week every week to get progress on my whips. This coming week I'm going to do houses, and I'm going to run the week from Monday to Sunday so I get a full weekend in. However, since it is the 13th, it's Stitch Halloween 13, so I'm also going to be stitching on a house today, or this evening. So Stitch Halloween 13 is a hashtag that was started by Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. And she, so it's Stitch Halloween patterns the 13th of every month. Some people are doing new starts every 13th. I did a new start last month, so this one hasn't been out in a couple of months. And I'm really looking forward to it, getting some work done on it. It's a fairly easy pattern, not very big, but it does have a house on it. It's by Waxing Moon Designs, and it's called Midnight Manor. I'm doing this one down here. And so here's my little start on it. So I've got a bat. So you may have seen my bat a few months ago. So yeah, he's coming back out to get some work on it done on it tonight, and I'm looking forward to getting some more stitching in. I am doing this with Weeks Dye Works Fathom, and this is on 28 count, over 1. So a couple of the, now granted, I have more than a week's worth of whips that have houses in it because I'm kind of a house nut. So, but there are some projects that I definitely want to get in time on this week. One of them is Home of a Needleworker 2. Or is this Home of a Needleworker? Yes, this is Home of a Needleworker 2. I actually have Home of a Needleworker and Home of a Needleworker 2. This is Home of a Needleworker 2. And I love that blue house. And so this one just has a little start on it, but it does have a start. This has actually not come out since since I started this at Stitch Mania. But yeah, very pretty blue color. I'm doing this mostly in This calls for Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works. And very pretty colors, slight variegation to the blue, which I really like. So that's one of the ones that is definitely coming out this week. Another one, and I apologize, I don't have the cover photo with me for some reason, but you may have seen this before. It's from the Blue Flower, and it's stunning. It's Huckleberry Farm. So I had actually planned a few weeks ago to get some time in on this, and something came up and I didn't get any time on it. So I'm reserving Saturday and Sunday of next weekend for 2 pieces. It's this one, Huckleberry Farm, and as you can see, I've only got a very teeny tiny start on this. I'm doing this on 36 count Sprite from Picture This Plus over 1 with the called for threads. And yeah, I can't wait to do this one. It has got a gorgeous kind of a creamy yellow house in the middle. It's got bears, it's got huckleberries, berry bowls, and this beautiful, actually I can show you a picture of the butterfly that's like right in the middle of the pattern. It is stunning. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I cannot wait. So I'm hoping nothing gets in the way this weekend of working on that one, because I'm really looking forward to it. I do use a magnifying light on that one for stitching 36 count over 1. My eyes are not as young as they used to be. The other one that I'm looking forward to and I'm planning to do on the weekend is I have some time to stitch in the evening on weeknights, but sometimes it's, you know, just a thread or 2, and I'd like to get more substantial work done. This is from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, and it is Hemlock and Rye Stitchery is her design. So I've already finished the Blue House. It's the Christmas in Nantucket series. So the Blue House is done. I'm showing the back of it, aren't I? Hello. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. I've completed the Blue House in DMC, but I did use a toile in the Christmas wreath, and I'm starting on house number 2, which has the Christmas tree on it, next to it with the wreath, and I'm planning on definitely using some toile in that as well. And I'm doing the border in a toile. So just a little hint of sparkle. I don't know if that's coming out on camera. I really like working with the toile. It is much easier than any other metallic that I've worked with before. So it's very enjoyable. All right. So I've shown you just about everything that I've got right now. I do have one tiny bit of haul, and I want to give a couple shouts out. I have been watching, there's a brand new YouTuber. It's Mama Loves You GB, and her channel is wonderful. You may have already heard her name and gone and watched her channel. She's gotten shouts out from a few different Flosstubers. So, but I would highly recommend it. Her channel, it's very enjoyable. I think she has either 3 or 4 out. I believe it's 3. And she has a couple really beautiful finishes. So I'm enjoying her channel. She's also over on Instagram. Do check her out when you get a chance. The other one that I've been watching is, oh my goodness. They're not new. Sorry, and he's a fellow Arizonan. It's Blitz Stitch, and he has some gorgeous, gorgeous full big projects that he's been working on. He just finished a Teresa Wensler project that is stunning. but definitely go check him out. He's fun to watch. Um, yeah. So Mama Loves You GB and Blitz Stitch. And I'm so happy that Mama Loves You GB has been getting a really big following really quickly, deservedly so. Her channel is really enjoyable. It does, I have to say, it makes me think about what I need to do to improve my channel. I love the fact of all the subscribers that I have, and don't get me wrong on this, but it would be nice if it grew bigger. And so I've been trying to look at like different editing software, different things that I could do to maybe improve the channel. Partly why I had that technology issue last week was experimenting. So if you have any tips or thoughts on how I can improve it, I would love to hear them. I'm very open to constructive criticism, so you can post below. And I also wanted to throw out a question too on a totally different subject matter. I have been exploring around Etsy shops, and there are a few that I definitely really like and enjoy, but I would love to hear what your favorite shops are on Etsy. Whether it be for patterns, project bags, tools, needle minders. What are your favorite Etsy stores? Comment below, because I would, and then we can all take from each other too in the comments and get ideas for new places to shop. Alrighty, so I've got one piece of haul that I want to show you. I know this has been shown on a couple different channels because it's not a brand new book, but it's brand new to me. So this is from Emma Congdon, and I'm thinking this is going to make some great gifts. Cross Stitch for the Soul is the name of the book, and I got this on Amazon. And it's just a lot of great, positive, motivating cross stitch patterns. So let's see, I'm going to show you a couple here. And these can stitch up quite easily and quickly, a lot of them. So there's that one. That one says, do small things with great love. I love this one. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Okay. So it says, always be yourself, because the people that matter don't mind, and the ones that mind don't matter. How true is that? And there was one other I want to show you. I love this one. I don't know if you can see it come through okay, but it says, be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid of only standing still. So your path is your path, and it doesn't matter if someone's zooming past you and you're going at a slow and steady pace. It's your path. Do what works for you. And it applies to cross stitch too. I love watching Flosstubes, and sometimes it's just like, man, why can't I stitch that fast? It's okay. It's okay I'm not the fastest stitcher in the world. I don't need to be, because cross stitch is for me, and it's about doing what you love, no matter the speed. If you're fast stitcher, fantastic. If you're slow and steady, go for it. I do stitch every day, but sometimes, I only get 10 stitches in, and that is totally okay. So, Cross Stitch for the Soul by Emma Congdon. Highly recommend this book. It's great for doing some positive motivation, maybe for yourself. You can put in your craft room, or if you're working from home in your office. And this also make great gifts, and these stitch up pretty quickly. That's all I have for you today, guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I really appreciate you coming in to watch my video. Thank you. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Have a great week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.